You mean by what I do, I'm helping that person? But what's that say for what I do? And you mean to tell me that by what they do, they're helping me, but what? Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whichever. There's a link on the in the description below if you're wanting to get yourself a free birth chart so that you do know what your rising and your moon sign are. The rising sign is a fairly important one. I would say if you only get to watch a reading for one of your signs, probably go for the rising. That's certainly true for the astrology forecasts. Go for your rising as much as your sun, if to a point, if not more so, I would say, although some would disagree with me. Anyway, as a general reading rules apply. You know, timing's not absolute. Roles can be reversed sometimes if someone else appears in your reading. But with these readings, two things: they either are for you or they're not. There's a past and a present, and that will demonstrate whether it's for you or not. And if it's not, go and watch your rising, go and watch your moon sign, Mars, whatever. And you can ask a question before these readings. So if that's what you want to do, pause the video for a moment. Just think about all of the questions that are around you. Be aware of all of them because the cards will answer what they want. But focus on one of them. That gives energy to the process that hopefully I will return to you. Now, if I don't return it to you, i.e. if the reading ends up not being for you after all, or not answering any of your questions that turn up, the universe will find a way, so I won't worry about it. Go and watch your rising. So that's all of my waffle, I think. Oh yeah, there's a link below for the Facebook page for this channel. Now I post all of these videos, obviously, which you may want because YouTube notifications seem to have gone weird again. But also I post all the astrology forecast videos that I'm watching as well, the mundane astrology ones. I think this morning I've just posted Astrology Hubs with Anne Ortley and Anastasia, Cosmic Astrologer, talking about the upcoming new moon, which I'll be filming for hopefully later this week. So yeah, come and join the fun. I try to make it a bit of a one-stop shop. And I have actually joined Instagram. So obviously, being a YouTuber, I would like you to like, share and subscribe, especially like and subscribe. Liking helps the video, subscribing really helps the channel. If you want to watch me on Instagram, I am starting to upload all these videos onto Instagram about an hour or two after I've done them to YouTube. I've no idea what you need to do on there for me, whether whether you need to like them or what you need to do, because Instagram remains still a bit of a mystery to me. But hey ho, I'm there if that's useful for you. Right, let me bring the cards up. So there's a I don't want to say confusing message because it's not confusing. There's a contradictory message coming through for you at the moment. I will go through the oracle cards to start off with. And the first one I want to go for is this from the, what do you call it? Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. I nearly said the horror realms. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Ooh, thinking about designing a deck of my own now. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms with the Ice Queen, which talks about you are being blocked right now for your own good. Which is curious because you are being asked to dedicate yourself to a dream, dedicate yourself to a new dream slightly upon the urging of recent guidance that you've received. This should be something that you will already know about. But there's a matter of where and when. On the bottom of the first deck, we've got the Queen of Cups. That so there's that receptive energy, but the presenting and nurturing of a new dream that is being ushered into the world. Right, so you are preparing. That's fine. You're not doing right now. You may be preparing or considering. We have Nemamia with discernment. So that again is indicating a point in time, knowing the right thing to do. It's almost like, yeah, this new idea of yours, this new dream of yours that you wanting to like take into the world and let it take over your life and take over the world, and you know, as a joyful thing, I might add, you know, I'm not talking a world dictator here. Yeah, it's great. Not right now. Not right now. Which indicates to me as well, on the bottom of the other two decks, we have the Judgment card from the secondary deck. How many? What was that? Queen of Swords beneath. And then the Six of Wands from Tarot Z. For some reason, I was led to do this month's reading with the Tarot Z, or a zombie tarot, which has led to some quite interesting things so far. So, there's a lot for you to work out at the moment. There's a lot for you to walk away from, abandon, say no, or at least say no, not right now, as stressful as that seems, because there is a sense of, well, I want to take you back to the distant past. I don't normally do this in this order, but these two piles of cards, here, are a distant but relevant past. A past where you have learned a lesson that you are using right now that maybe you shouldn't be. Or there is a lesson that was offered to you that you are not using right now and need to be reminded of, to say, you know this already. Remember that time when. That's how you want to look at it now. And I think it's this second one. So we're looking at a period when you were literally assigning value to the various aspects of your life. And there's two ways I mean that. Literally balance sheet way. This is good for my life. This is bad for my life. But I also feel there's an element of, I will make this good for my life. So there's outside influences coming in where maybe your first reaction is, what the hell do I do with this? And the answer is, you make it good for your life. Somehow. You know, and finding that way, which was a very practical purpose. But during this time, Knight of Cups here, so already the cups are starting to arrive, especially with that everything that's going on in the present. So it's once you've got everything grounded and sorted and tried to make everything that you could good for your life there and then, I think that was when there was a birth of an idea. The birth of, not just the birth of an idea, but the birth of you presenting to the world your love for something. I'm not going to say someone, I'm going to say something. Because it's, you know, whether it is archery or science or some project that you think should be enacted in the world, or some lifestyle, whatever, there is some idea that you was being born in this period as a result of you integrating things into your life and trying to ensure that everything had value in your life. You either knew it had value, you tried to give it value, and if that was impossible, you tried to get rid. This created, and maybe it was a love offer, because this created a transformation within you. We immediately have the Two of Cups. You were managing to bring two things together, or maybe yourself and another, because of course that's the soulmate card, but yeah, whatever. It does... It does feel like there was a time in this period, through your transformation, where your interests were aligned with another's. I'm not saying the two of you came together. I'm not saying even that the two of you were working together deliberately. But what you did helped them, and what they did helped you, just as a result. However, there was some form of fear, stress, and nightmares that crept in that was... It's almost like you're... you mean, by what I do, I'm helping that person, but what's that say for what I do? And you mean to tell me that by what they do, they're helping me, but what? Them? So I think there could be that element, or because this transformation and wonderful harmony, Two of Cups here, also seem to cause you some stress. Nine of Swords also seem to cause you to be some form of force to be reckoned with, because I really feel like there's a strength to that Nine of Swords, which is one that you carried. So I feel that there was a respect coming towards you, and to a certain extent a fear. You know, it's but this synchronicity that you had with someone else, surprising, non-intentional, and possibly troubling. But again, that was when we've got the Knight of Cups again here. Now, whereas here he's just, well, one of the zombies. Now we've got him appearing in the main deck, the Vibrant deck. I'm using Tarot Z, Gilded Tarot, and Spellcasters Tarot, which is sort of my favourite of Spellcasters at the minute. That'll change, but at the minute it's one of my favourites. That created a transformation of a dream where it got wings, it got life. It was, I mean, look how this knight is, his horse is rearing up and he's holding the goblet aloft. He's proclaiming this dream to the world, and it is something that was causing a lot of wisdom to come in, a lot of wish fulfillment to come in, but you were also left very much on your own with it, and it's something that you had to climb up and excel with yourself. Then some form of loss, some form of grief, some form of... I don't think it was necessarily an upset from your plans. It was something that... an upset of your plans, sorry. It's something that came in from the side, something that was nothing to do with what you was doing, but it bowled you over. Just like you're trying to set up a business and somebody in the family passes away, or the economy suddenly takes a nosedive, or somebody drives into your car when you happen to be in it and moving in it. You know, all those things that are nothing to do with what you are doing, but affect quite severely what it is that you are doing. And there was some form of loss here, that even though that your efforts up until that point had been gathering momentum, had been gathering results, Empress card here, it's almost like, oh, there's something coming. There's something coming that is going to affect me even more than what already has. So it's almost like you go, oh, I need to... If I carry on with this, it's under threat. Its chances of success are diminished in my eyes as to what they were a week ago, even though I can see it's still going to work and it's still going to bring some results. It's not going to bring the phenomenal results that I thought it was going to. But you believe that right now, those phenomenal results that you felt were denied you recently, because we are in the more recent past here, are possible if you put the work in. And if you have the company of friends to actually assist you with this, or it's almost like you could have a celebration in what you achieve right now. And I think you're right, you could, just not right now, because there's this underlying energy of something else you have to deal with, which has probably once again got nothing to do with what you're trying to achieve, but is going to come in from the side, and or is coming in from the side. Like I say, if we're talking about a business thing, then COVID, you know, but it could be that shape of event reflected somewhere else in your life as well. Because that loss actually, that loss that you had, the way you was blindsided, it's meant that you've had to become all that more dexterous, all that more, well, if I can't go that way, I need to go that way to actually get to where I'm going, and I can have the skill to manage those curves at the speed that I'm going. I have the opportunity to level up. I have the discernment to do this. However, with this King of Swords, I'm also feeling that there's some form of, you were, hence the zombie tarot, you were blocked or slowed down due to I'm trying to think if there's another word for the shape of legal, but it's some form of rule or some form of legal decision, some form of stricture that is overlaid on you, which is a result of somebody else's hunger and somebody else's authority. I think is a good way to call it. So back to the drawing board recently. Even though the world is changing so very, very, very fast, there has been some information, some new way of surging forward that is being presented to you. But we've got the Four of Cups here, and then immediately you're walking away from a dream. We've got the Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands, two very surging ahead, surging forward cards. So that guidance has either told you to give up on what it was that you were working on and give it a new shape, give it a probably same motivation, completely different idea. Or you have been shown this is what you should be doing, da da da. And then you're going, yeah, but I can't do that, and walk off from it. Because I think if you are walking off from what you have been shown guidance wise, that's what's causing stress and nightmares at the moment. And it may well be that there are certain aspects of the dream that you have to abandon, but you're being asked, you're being asked at the moment to find some way. You know how you were, of course, you know how you were assigning value back here in the distant past. You're being asked to look at that in the same, look at what you're trying to achieve now in the same way. How do I get inbuilt happy memories, inbuilt contentment, inbuilt nostalgia, inbuilt, and here I'm saying nostalgia is a good thing, not a negative force. It's like those moral lessons that your grandmother and grandfather imparted upon you. I mean, I'm looking at this Six of Cups here, and the old couple that the old couple that are at the back here, I've got a very, very sort of Ma and Pa Kent feel about them. You know, that's who the ones who helped instill a moral code in this alien that suddenly ended up in their care. And yes, you are being called to run away from one dream, to run towards another. So again, that maybe this grieving process is still going on. We also have, like I say, Raphael here, which is all about healing. Something that you've got to finish, something that you have to seal, something that you have to sort out before you actually go. That yes, there's something that you need to set right. The Justice card right here, I hadn't even noticed. Underneath this, the Queen of Pentacles, something that you've got to care for, something that you have to nurture. Something that you have to set right and make sure it is fair. There is, yeah, because remember when I said you was not deliberately working with somebody else, but what you did benefited them and what they did benefited you. There was a sense of uncomfortableness in that relationship, and I feel that you now get the option to walk away from what you was feeling uncomfortable in that relationship about. You have got a new start coming. We finish on the Fool card, but during the shuffle I noticed a few of the cards that were underneath that as well, so we'll get to that when we get there. There's it's going to be quite a dramatic conclusion, and this is why I'm saying that yes, you are going to move forward, but there's a transformation that you have to undergo, a letting go of something, a walking away from certain aspects of the dream, and allowing some form of transformation to happen. But what I want to remind you is that you've done this before, you can do it again. Right, so yeah, I woke up in a good mood. So you're going to be coming into a greater expression of your power, because we have that Magician card wherever it's gone. I've buried it somewhere. Here, I think. And now we're moving on to the Emperor. So it's developing your skills. It is using them to affect the world around you. But this is very home and study based, nurturing for your, it's almost like you have to have your house in order before you venture outside with it. I think that's probably a good way to put it. But that celebration that you are requiring does appear to be coming up. But there's, I want to go back to the Oracle cards, because I can't quite tell where this lies. Deceit from the wisdom of the House of Night, and it indicates betrayal. And it indicates that whether that's someone betraying you, or whether that's you doing something that will betray them, either way, it's a bad idea and will be set right. So if it's you going, well, to pursue this dream, I need to betray my promise to such and such, then no, you don't. That's not true. You can hold off pursuing that dream until you have fulfilled that other promise, because there is very much a message of transformations waiting for you, but first you have to take care of business. You have to set your house in order. You have to set everything straight, because movement is coming, but not without pain, not without a burden that has some really harsh secrets, harsh mysteries that will be coming out. We have Gevurah, which is again that discernment. This is the oh, now how does it describe this card, if I remember? But basically it's the force of law, the force of, and when I say law, I don't just mean what's written by Parliament or Senate or the Congress or the Knesset or whatever your governing body here appears to be. I'm not even necessarily saying law with the Ten Commandments, or I'm saying law more in the form of as above, so below. Gravity will make you fall. Charge will jump from one place to another. Implicit laws that cannot be broken. And that force of law is very, very prevalent in, well, what I feel from that card is it's coming into play. It's like this sort of area of the reading all here. Because I always do tend to feel like my readings can be a bit like weather maps, you know. There's a law front coming in from this side and covering all of these cards from the present onwards. But someone is advising you, or someone is showing you. Right, so somebody is showing you. Oh. Somebody is showing you a wonderful sort of contentment, a wonderful sense of home and community and family. But this is clarified here by the Moon card. So I'm worried that not so much you, but them, they have an element of rose-coloured glasses with regarding what's possible. I don't want to turn around and say that they are the person who's betraying or deceiving. But I do want to say that because Raphael is, as well as being an archangel of family, he's also, an archangel of healing. He's also an archangel about family, and family healing is, I've got that from one of my oracle decks. Then we've got the King of Wands here. So whoever it is that you're dealing with that is putting ideas to you, they're very good at knowing when to act, but they're very stubborn and very forceful. But they do like to think their actions through. They don't just take the actions willy-nilly. So as I say, there's some form of celebration coming up for you. Oh, and this is nice. Clarity is coming regarding bringing a happiness into being, something that can be celebrated. Here's that King of Wands again. So that's really interesting. King of Wands. So if this is a person coming into your life, the happiness that they offer is good. It's good happiness. It's maybe just not quite as good as what it says on the tin. And it wouldn't harm for you to be quite balanced and protect what needs protecting of your own resources. Because this, I don't know yet whether they're going to help you with whatever it is that you're wanting to create, your new dream that you're bringing into the world. But I do feel that maybe whatever new dream you're trying to bring into the world, this needs dealing with first. And Saint Expedite. Now, the clue's in the name with this one. There is an element of, yes, you are being called to action, but I don't think you're being called to action to the, excuse me, to the action that you want to be called to. Like I say, you've got to deal with this first. Now, we also have from the Mausoleo, and I'm going to have to look this one up, the Eternal Servitor, the Ancient Wanderer, who is wandering in the realm of Akala, which I assume is one of the Sumerian underworlds from the way this deck is, although I don't remember it being called that, with the way this deck is constructed. And the eternal servitor has wandered the realm as long as anyone can remember. Perhaps as long as there has been a mausolea, as long as there has been time or memory. It wanders, incomplete, suffused by longing for the unknown thing that it lacks. Perhaps this thing is a piece of itself, the truth of what it is, the purpose for which it was created. Or maybe it is itself a memory, a remnant of something that died even before death came into being. The eternal servitor, now this flies in the face of New Age woo-woo, the eternal servitor reminds us we are ourselves eternally incomplete, and we must manage our desires and shape them into what we want to be, lest they consume us and become all that we are. So again, there's that element of discernment, there's that element of, yeah, you want that? Great idea. Now just double check that. Just look at it properly, just make sure, and in the meantime deal with this, so you still have to put that thing on hold. So you've got all these conflicting energies all going on at once, which pretty much reflects the stars over this next month and last couple of weeks already. So what are you scared of? You're scared of that you've got the hold of the wrong end of the stick, that you're going to be left in a lonesome position or working alone, that you're going to be held inactive, that you're going to be frozen, that also that your strategic moves may be in error. That's your fears. I don't necessarily think so. There is just a matter of one thing at a time, and tackle your priorities by what needs sorting first and what needs sorting the most in reference to fairness, in reference to getting everything ready in the way that it needs, getting everything ready in the way that is not creating that forward movement. It's more that will help create change within you. It's almost, I do want to say that whatever it is that you were wanting to do, whatever this dream was over here, it's not a bad dream. Not a bad dream at all. You just can't do it just yet. And there's other things that you need to deal with. And you need to check yourself very, very slightly, just to make sure that your motives in doing this are right and are fair and are looking after everything and everybody that you need to look after. Because I do believe it's going to go well. As I say, when things start moving, there will be a burden on you that will be heavy, but it's going to reveal some harsh secrets, neither good nor bad, just harsh. So if you think about beneath the pyramids, you have both riches, you know, and the odd curse if you disturb the dead bodies. Not that in certain pyramids there even are any tombs. You know, there's some there are, some there aren't. And there's a lot of writing about that if you don't know what I'm on about. They're not all tombs. But you, by following your own inner light and working hard, you do end up coming to a better place where things are smiling upon you. Things are smiling upon you, but you have to make yourself... One, I feel that your dream, you know, the one that's over here that you've been wanting to surge ahead with recently, that's something you're doing on your own. You might be doing it with the support of others, but you are doing it on your own. And just ensure that what needs to be protected is, because here, 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands, indicating that your plans are going to get upset again, but there's a rebirth in that. It's a good way. It's a good thing, that. It's almost something that your plans will get upset again once they're in motion, But when they do, you finally put an end to some form of distraction. Because with the Queen of Wands jumping out the deck, well, jumping out of the other deck, because it sneaked into the wrong deck, like it did, it's saying you can manifest this, but it's like going through some computer game where you have to collect certain items, but more to the point, you have to collect certain items in a certain order to be in the right place to get to the next level, and then the next level after that, and then the next level after that. Because it's not just, you had a level up card. Was the Page of Pentacles around here? Yeah, here. You've already leveled up on this once. You know, there's more leveling up to be done. And also success in what you are trying to achieve changes everything. We have the Fool. This is your final outcome pile. So Queen of Wands, you've been advised to go ahead with your dream. But the Fool, the Tower, the Knight of Pentacles, slow progress, and the Devil card. So that Devil is giving me force. It's giving me the structure of Capricorn. But it's the Devil card, so I will clarify it. But it's interesting that you get a new beginning, the Fool, because things are shattering around you. And that new beginning is in and of itself, no, it's the shattering that's slow. It's the shattering of stuff that is slow around you. Because, like I say, it's a lot of the energies in these cards seem to be along the lines of hurry up and wait. Because you get to move a little bit forward and then you're blocked. And then you get to move a little bit forward and then something is chipped away and knocked off and reformatted, so that then you can move the next bit forward. And you're like, can we go? Can we go? Can we go? And it's like, yes, no, yes, stop, yes, stop. Positive change, new structures around you. We've got the Death card clarifying this Devil card. So I'm actually feeling really good about that Death card. That's whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish at the moment, you're doing the right thing by preparing yourself to try to accomplish it. That's the best way I'll put it. You are preparing yourself to try to accomplish it. But doing the real world accomplishing, physical world, material world, because as I say here, the Moonology deck has nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. And that's now making sense to me. So that's why I didn't want to. You are being said, get yourself ready for accomplishing this. There's no point trying to actually accomplish it. There's no point trying to change the world to accomplish it, because the world is going to change anyway. And those efforts that you can make will get undone. So what you have to do is concentrate on you and get you ready to accomplish this dream. But worry more about you accomplishing it and taking care of business in the meantime. I might call the reading that, taking care of business. Or transformation and taking care of business. But you have to get you ready to achieve these things. But there's no point right now in actually trying to achieve them, because there's so much change around, or change that's going to go across your world, that if you are doing physical 3D accomplishments, those accomplishments right now will be wiped away when all these changes come. What you need to be ready for and train yourself for is still being standing after those changes have swept over you. Now, that seems fairly dramatic to me, Scorpio. So you've got a, yeah, that's a doozy, that one. So I hope it answered your question if you asked one. If this reading has meant anything to you, please do comment down below. I'd be especially fascinated to hear about this one because there's so much involved in it. I've gone a lot longer than I intended to, but that was a really clear but complicated message that was coming through. So yes, hurry up and wait. Transform already, you've done it before. You can't do it right now, but transform yourself ready to accomplish. Huh, it's pretty good, that. All right, see you later, Scorpio. Cheers.